Hey, how's it going, man? We got a legendary person in the house in the top 10 prison,
Salute.
Welcome,
YouTube,
salute.
Texas prison stories. What's up, brother?
Man, what's up, fellas? Hey, listen, first I want to tell you thank you. I really don't feel like I should be in that top 10, but I seen your video and I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, salute, man. That's
Well,
what's up.
this is the thing, the impact, like when it comes to like bringing a different aspect to, because all right, this is the first thing, like the prison genre, it died at one point. You know what I mean? Like the stories. Do you agree to that?
I agree. If you pay attention, I actually stopped making content myself for a good while, bro. It just kind of got a little bit
Yeah. Still.
redundant, I guess you say. You know what I
Right.
mean? You're doing the same thing over and over and over again. It gets old.
Yeah, it's
And the
stalling out a little
void.
bit.
Oh, my bad. You filled the void when it comes to the prison genre too, of someone in the South with a voice, because you do got Florida, but Florida sometimes they people look at us like we're islanders, like we're not really a southern state. But when you think of Texas, man, it's a big state, and there's nobody else with that. That name is strong, that state is strong, and it's like we don't have another voice in the South like we do you. So
I appreciate it. You know what? When I started, I knew that was a bold statement using the name that I did, but I also promised myself that I was going to keep it 100% real, maintain a respect level. That's why I don't, like, I know y'all talk about all the trolls and beefing and all that. I've had my experience with all of that, but I'm the guy that I will cold ignore anybody for anything because that bothers them the worst.
Facts. Yeah, I've been doing that too. I do that shit too.
Don't
Yeah, so
breathe
listen,
life into something you want to keep dead.
Yeah, right. Well, when I was young, my daddy told me, we did grow up in a rough area, so he would tell me if somebody approaches you that's not a friend, you got to figure out what that person wants the most and figure out how not to give it to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if somebody is ragging on you, they're trolling on you and all that shit, even on this channel, shit, man, you give them that attention. That's all they wanted. They're just like little kids. They wanted it, and one of the number one tricks y'all know too is to troll somebody with a channel that's jumping. You hope he mentions you on his channel, so his subscribers go find you. I mean, it works.
Facts. It's just like the rap game, distance somebody bigger than you, hoping they respond.
Yeah, and if my channel was named Tim Snow, maybe I would be more apt to that, and I would probably, because I'm human too, man. I fire back on motherfuckers, but being that I named the Texas prison stories and I do maintain a respect level for the entire state, you know what I mean? That's why I think mine is a little bit different. But let me ask y'all this, fellas.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird to y'all that you watch somebody with a YouTube channel talking about prison, and the next thing you know everything about his goddamn personal life? Like what's going on where these guys can't stop telling their personal business in life, man?
Yeah,
like,
it ain't cool.
Yeah, well, some people call that in real time. Like Big Lance channel, for example, he's somebody that puts all of it out,
Lives
right?
out loud, right?
You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'd delete a live and stuff, but at one point it was out, and that's vulnerable. Like 23-1 Def, we don't know a lot about him, honestly,
right?
Because has that mystique, and I think YouTube.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true. Plug, man. He's been given a lot more information as the years go on.
I know your angle. Your angle is more political when it comes to prison with him. I'm talking about as a streamer.
Oh no, he gives it in depth detail about what goes on in his family life. His daughter just had a situation at school where she was getting bullied, and there had to be.
That's a bad example. You're right.
Yeah, there was court proceedings.
You're right, because the asphalt thing, all that stuff. You're right. That's a bad
cul-de-sac.
Example. Good example, man. Damn, man. Like someone that's mystique, like Vegas profile stories.
K-Frog.
You think he has a more mystique to him now?
I mean, let me ask you this: you watch my channel. You say you watch it. What do you know about me? Like, what I mean, what do I don't know. I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, what is the point of this? Are you trying to? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just strange to me, dog. If my daughter's getting bullied on school, the last thing I want to do is come tell the United States of America about something that's bad happening to my kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me personally, I'm just a private type person, man. Like, you won't meet me at a job, or you won't meet me at the gas station or the grocery store, and I just run my fucking mouth and tell all my business. So I don't know. So YouTube was extremely hard for me to start because one, I was just coming home from prison, dog. I was depressed. I was dealing with that PTSD type stuff. I was looking terrible, coming out, man. I just didn't feel good, but I seen something that needed to be done. I seen what Death was doing with his shit. I seen Big Herc. I seen some of the other guys. Let's get to that. Nobody was talking about Texas, man, and our shit is so much different that I didn't know if it would work, bro. How about that? When I started the channel, I really didn't have much faith in me, and I didn't tell anybody local until I hit 4,000 people. So when I hit 4,000 subscribers, I started telling friends, family, and putting it on Facebook. But until then, I wanted a head start. I didn't want nobody else in Texas to be able to jump and catch me. You know what I mean? So I just kind of kept it a secret. And also at the same time, if I was to fail, I wanted to fail privately because I'm that type of person. I didn't want everybody around me going, that he tried that crazy shit. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, bro. And it's crazy because you were locked up during the whole time Texas was like on during the rap scene too, right?
Oh, pretty much, man. Yeah, like right when so the rap scene kind of got rejuvenated down here with Sauce Walker and them. You know what I mean? The Sauce Twins and all that. And their hottest rapper is my little homeboy, man. Me and his daddy are good friends, Peso. And I'm actually right now while I'm recording this probably about
Peso's hard. OT, Mexican OT. You guys got a lot of guys right now. And what?
Yeah, so I'm about 4 blocks away from where Peso grew up right here. He calls me Uncle Snow. Mexican OT, my homeboy Big C, I did some videos with him, and OT's cousins are really good friends. You know what I mean? It's a small area in the Houston area. If you fuck with everybody, you kind of know people. You know.
Was you introduced to lean at a young age there, or what was the lean scene like?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. Here, yeah, it was tough, man, and it was so dirt cheap back in the day. Like you would literally buy 10 pints, and they were glass bottles for $1,000. You know what I mean? You would drive to Houston, come back, and the whole time your car is just rattling because these fucking glass bottles. You know what I mean? But that was 92. So 1992 to whenever they stopped making the shit. The stuff that people sip nowadays around here, a lot of it is counterfeit. I hate to say it. Right. They busted some guys. I want to say they made 500,000 fake pints of drink. Think about it. And they were selling it, labeled, coming out of a compound pharmacy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's dangerous. So yeah, but we lost all our legends to that. They just dropped a little mini documentary on DJ Screw. He was the king of Houston. He died sipping drink.
Unfortunate,
drink.
All right,
Big Mo died sipping drink. Like a lot of Texas legends. So we've what do you say? We've made it part of the culture. We've embraced this shit that's actually killed the people that we look up to. What kind of sense does that make? Think
crazy. Yeah.
And then and now other people. Cycle. Yeah, it's just it's I don't know what the fuck you call it. It's just anti-self-productive. You know what I mean? We're bad.
Let me ask you your thoughts about another Texas legend, and I know the word legend's gonna get me killed right now, but Charleston White. Now, when it comes to Texas, you've seen recently with these shootings, and people are not safe in Texas. Why do you think Charleston White's been able to move the way he's moving, even be posted up at gas stations, doing the most?
Maneuver, yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Charleston White is a fucking he will tell you outright himself that that's an act, man. You know what I mean? That's something, that's a character that he's created to be the ultimate shock jock. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Howard Stern on steroids. You know what I mean?
You said that. I was thinking that.
So the first time I seen Charleston White myself, I was like, this dude is crazy. Nothing that he said offended me, right? Nothing. I'm like, so an insane ass person can't offend you because they're crazy. Like, they're not literally trying to disrespect you. They're just nuts. You know what I mean? So if you take that personal, you're probably just as nuts as them. So when I seen it, I think the first time I ever seen him, he was talking about raping white women, if you want to know.
I was the first one to clip it.
Yeah, so what I said though, listen, what I said is, man, I wish my mama would shoot his motherfucking ass so quick. You know what I mean? Like, that was the only thought I had. And then I was just like, oh, this dude's crazy. But check it out. The real thing though is I started watching him, seeing the numbers he was doing. the money he was making, the influence he was having, I started saying, "Oh, this man is a genius. Like he has trolled his way. This is King Troll right here." So it is. So then here's what's crazy, right? In my second video that I ever did in my life, I'm talking about my first day on maximum security in Texas, and there's a cat in that story that's sitting on the other side of the bars, and he sits there and watches me for a while, and then when he tells me, "Hey man, go put your shit up and come back and talk to me. I'm the dude." You know what I mean? And I watched one of Charleston White's stories, and his story is about killing somebody, going to Texas youth prisons, and meeting this same guy that's in my damn story. And I'm like, oh, this is a small world. You know what I mean? Charleston White was doing time with him as a kid.
Wow.
I was doing time with him in my 20s. Yeah, small system. And so Charleston White, best friend Dewberry, one of my best friends, did time in him with TYC and on Ferguson unit. We did a video before Charleston White ever hit the internet where we shouted out Dewberry. You know what I mean? It's a small world. So Charleston White was actually getting his merchandise made at a little store here, probably like 3 miles away from my house, if you can believe that. This shit, like, people are connected. So I don't think you'll ever see me do or say anything disrespecting Charleston White, and I don't think you'll ever see Charleston White doing or saying anything disrespecting me. You know, like I seen him battling with Pino, and I seen a little troll channel interview him and kind of referred to me, and Charleston just changed the subject. You know what I mean? That wasn't really for us. But
that's
so if you can't accept
TPS, I just want to say
you'll hate him.
Good to meet you, brother. I've never actually met you, but I watch you. I mean, you know, on a chat or anything. I don't mean that in person, you know, but man, hey, I've been watching your stuff for a long time.
Yeah, we're glad you pulled up for real.
I appreciate it. Hey, the one running this channel, man, y'all need to switch it to where the names come on. You can do the display names or something. That way everybody gets their props while they're talking.
Yeah, we usually have the names up.
Who I'm talking to.
But sometimes when it pops up, sometimes they go away.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, AZ, yeah, okay. I seen you on here before. So I found y'all's channel when that top 10 list came out because I seen Dirty Weather's. But look, I seen Dirty Weather's reaction to it. I've known Dirt for a long time. When Dirt was hot about it, I'm like, well, what fucking list is he talking about, right? So I'm looking for the list, and then I get on there, and I see I'm on that bitch, and I say, oh, man, these dudes, I appreciate it, but I said, oh, they're crazy.
Yeah, we crazy. Sure.
Well, we try and stir shit up, you know?
White boys.
Texas is huge. People don't understand how big Texas is. And for you to cover the whole thing, it's like, man.
Hey,
so you know, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, Texas is a big state, so this is what I do. I don't believe in having a white people YouTube channel, a black people YouTube channel, a Hispanic person YouTube channel, simply for the fact is if you're gonna do YouTube, try to push a message out there, especially make money at it.
Yeah, it's entertainment for everyone.
You gotta be able to market yourself to everybody. You know
what I mean?
So I do try to do that. But at the same time, since I've done this, hey, look, I'm white and I was in a black gang my entire life. So a lot of the white people don't like it, and I'm still white. So a lot of the black people don't like it, man. And I've just pushed on in the middle and just keep doing me. You know what I mean? This is
that's all you can do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like it or not, hey, I was like that in the world. You know, I'm like that today. If you don't like me, don't fuck with me. We ain't gotta hate each other. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you something. What you guys do though, I really like it, man, because you gotta understand it's so fucking hard to sit here and run a live by yourself.
Hey, we appreciate that for real, man. We try to be consistent for real.
No, so y'all give the channel what I've been noticing. I've been going through the old videos too, because I drive trucks, so I got time all day. Y'all got a nice chemistry going on, and you're inviting and involving other people. You know what I mean? When Big Weavy came on that awards show, that was some of the best content ever on YouTube, fellas.
Yeah, that was
hey, yeah, there you go, Weavy.
Oh,
there you go, Weavy. Get your flowers, man.
Oh, God, yeah, heaven. That was funny. He
Get
came
your flowers,
back
Weavy.
out.
That's what's up.
Shit.
See, Big Weavy,
hey,
my type of dude.
When it comes down to it, though, Texas, hey, me and Ronnie, we're here, we're with them. But when it comes down to it, all the production and a lot of that stuff, we bring. Hey, Ronnie does a lot. He gets interviews. He does a lot of stuff. But when it comes down to the production, man, it's hands down. I just salute to you, Plug. He does it all, brother. He's the one that makes the videos, the little shorts, all that.
Plug's the producer.
Man, this shit ain't easy either. It took me so long. You know, listen, I got to I got to over 20,000 subscribers, was paying my rent and shit off YouTube. Also, listen, a broke Samsung phone with a cracked screen that I just used to sit on top of my drive.
Hell
yeah.
Well, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up, man.
Like, as long as it ain't cracked in front of the camera, I'm good. And I kept that motherfucker for a long time. So it's the production is great. Like the nice work. And when he said something about Pinata Farms, that shit made me laugh because I didn't know he was
Oh man, no. When I got your Instagram first, and then when on the Instagram I seen that you had, and it kind of went kind of a little baby viral on Instagram. Maybe it was the hashtags or whatever, but it showed Pino getting jumped.
Oh no, that was K Frog getting jumped. Yeah, with all the Florida dudes beating him up. Is that the one?
It was K Frog.
And it was a little midget. But see,
hey, I lived in Fort Hood for 4 years.
I do them videos, and I don't be trying to just outright disrespect. No, it's just comedy. You know what I mean? Like I might play that video in the live and don't even mention that man. You know what I mean? It's just something. This is something. Because I mean, I ain't trying to beef with. I ain't got time to beef with anybody, man.
Yeah,
I got a job, dog.
He's the type that doesn't. Dude, there's been rumors that we're cousins at one point. He's been cool lately, but you know, usually he doesn't involve like drama. He's like really ever since the King Shine drama, he just avoids
since the what's it called, the J-Rock talks a lot shit.
Oh yeah, he got fake beef. That's right. That's right.
Yep.
So listen, when K Frog did that to J-Rock, that was a sucker move though. Like, listen, if a man ever talks to another man and that shit is screenshotted, recorded, and then leaked out,
that's some bitch shit.
That's some bitch shit.
Straight up. Hey, I've never recorded, I've never screenshotted shit like that. I've never done shit like that, bro. Never. Not one time. If you talk to me, we talk. I don't care if I got a beef with the person. I still don't screen record or none of that because I feel like that's goofy as hell. That's some snaky ass type of shit.
That's some double agent shit, bro.
Straight disrespect.
Yeah,
but other than that, you know, like, man, so here's what I do now, fellas. I made my mind up. I'll just be honest with you. And this ain't I don't mean this towards y'all or anything like that. This for the prison dudes though. When I first came out, I tried like hell to do like everybody does. Like, man, let me get on these big channels, spread my message, get some subscribers quick. But nobody wanted to work with me. You know what I'm saying? And that comes down to, like I told you, being too black for the white guys and too white for the black guys. I kind of just wasn't getting much love. So, like I said, I pressed on myself. And now I could probably be a lot bigger channel if I wouldn't have taken all that time off. But that time was a mental break. I needed it because I was trying to deal with people because they had YouTubes. All right. And this is the mistake. Any person in the fucking world can create a YouTube. So for you to deal with somebody just because they have one can be a big mistake.
That's what I be saying. I don't even engage and answer the troll channels, and anybody can make a YouTube just to make a YouTube. Like, unless you're relevant, I know who you are.
We see it happen every day.
Video, you come up, pop up, show your face. Like, then I'll talk to you. Other than that, like, you know, I don't even acknowledge you. You know.
And also, Texas, also too, man. I learned early on too that like you said, you want to get on every big channel. Well, I had people that were putting me onto the channel, but I saturated myself too much, if that makes sense. Like, because after people hear your story 3, 2, 4 times, they don't want to really hear the 7th and 8th and the 9th time.
No, I agree. So I shout out Miss T. That's my friend right there.
Salute Miss T.
Miss T, good supporter of mine too.
Yeah, she's friends with my cousin. But check this out.
No way. Holy crap. That's crazy.
Definitely. Yeah, y'all gonna be like, damn, Snow says he knows everybody, but I ain't lying.
It's like TK Kirkland on Vlad. It's what Tim Snow is.
Right. So check it out though. Oversaturation. That's something that's a real thing too on YouTube. I've noticed, you know what I mean? If you start, it comes back to the repetitive shit, right? So on my channel, might tell a story, I might do an interview, I might bring some prison news, I might bust the system for some bullshit they're doing, you know what I mean? Like, you probably don't know what to expect next coming from me because I don't want to oversaturate the people and repeat them. And you know, Death, like his channel, he does good with it and everything, but I can't see somebody watching Lockdown 23-1 the rest of their lives. You know what
Hell
I'm saying?
no.
Because every guy, and there's a lot of other channels. Every time you hear a story, it's similar to one you heard before. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like how many? So whatever phase somebody's going through in their lives, or if they got a loved one locked up, or they're fresh out, they'll probably be into it. But me personally, I don't want to listen to the same goddamn story over and over again. So people probably are going to have to
Facts.
work on evolving their channel and their
Facts, big
content
facts.
towards other
Yep,
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
definitely.
got to be more
You can't
selective.
always do something. You know, you gotta pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So look, y'all, the lives are cool and the panels are cool, but y'all still producing videos too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you gotta have both of them. I would think anyway, a little bit of
Right.
everything. You know what I mean?
Yep. Shorts, videos, lives. Try to do a little
Yep.
bit of
Yeah,
everything.
man, I'm gonna chop this up into a video. I already have an intro already like started about the Texas because I was talking to Grub Mud. I don't know if you know. You have to know Grub Mud.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that first was telling me. He's like, man, that'd be epic, and I'm like, yeah, dude, that would be epic if it came in, and it just happened. And I appreciate you so much, man.
Facts.
That's cool. Yeah, he's man, that's a
Definitely.
real good dude. I'm tell you something. I told him that
Very
same
good.
shit what I just got through saying about being friends with people for YouTube. And what made me notice him is I'm a single father and he is too. And he's in a
Right.
I drive dump trucks, he does concrete work. You know what I mean? So I
Nice.
Right.
deliver all the sand for the concrete guys all day, see how hard they work and everything. And his
Yep.
channel have you seen how his channel is just taking off, man? He's doing
Crazy.
really good right now.
Yeah.
Hey, he had 213 million views. He said, bro.
It's them shorts, man. Them YouTube
Yep.
shorts. That's how Pino and a few other channels have just blasted up by posting YouTube
Yep.
shorts. But here's
Yep.
the thing. For one, they only pay like 14 cents per 1,000 views or something. They're
It ain't
horrible
shit.
views. So I've noticed some channels, right? Their subscriber counts have just multiplied like unbelievable, but their views are still the same.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
thinking if you subscribe to somebody through the shorts, does it even ring the bell? Do y'all know that?
I don't
Some
know, to
people,
be honest.
Later on, it never like does it right then. It'll say it later on. It'll be in your notifications.
well, it's so see, Grub Mud, his channel is one of the ones that the views have actually went up. You know what I mean? So if somebody is so my point here's I'm just gonna stop beating around the bush. So if a white dude is uploading a bunch of fucking pictures of black guys fighting and boxing in prison, and then the next video comes on and it's some white guy sitting there smoking a blunt or some other shit. A lot of people that subscribe to see the original content probably ain't gonna feel that second one. You know what I mean? So
Right.
Bobby's shit is he's got like concrete shorts that are fucking like hitting huge views and then uploads a concrete
Huge.
video. It matches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same theme here. So he's gonna end up making a ton of fucking money, man. And as a
Facts.
single dad, that's a good look.
Hey, and the best part is he is not reluctant on giving people the gems.
Facts.
He will tell he will let you know, hey, this is what you got to do, you know, or hey, until you get this done, then do this until then, at least, you know what I mean? And he gives gems, man. Shout out to Grub, man. He doesn't care who you are. He's going to give you advice on how to help your channel no matter what. Well, I mean, of course, with most, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he showed
Good
love
dude
for
right there.
sure. Definitely.
So I actually had a video that it was at my neighbor's house. This dude came up on the porch all high and he starts licking and kissing and making out with the Ring doorbell. And he's all hot and sweaty. I put it on my shorts and I just knew that was gonna hit 1 million views and it didn't do a damn thing. I'm like, man, this is crazy. That was like
Hey, it's tricky, bro. Anything Kevin Gates right now that I post has been hitting.
I seen that, but here's the deal too. I seen where y'all said this channel was demonetized. I just recently got mine back. If you want to know the truth, I didn't even talk about it on a video or anything like that. And I know if you post a video, like say if you post a Kevin Gates video that you ripped from somewhere else, if you don't do something to make it fair use, they will demonetize your channel. Like you can monetize that short. You'll hit millions of views, and then they'll come investigate it, even if you don't get a copyright strike. So I'm scared of it. You know what I mean?
Hey, here's the biggest thing I've learned, because that's why I got demonetized the first time and then got remonetized later on. Now, they told me it was because of reused content, but I don't take anything from YouTube. I go to another platform and get it. But here's the thing. They said it needed to be altered at least 51%. So what I do is I take the video and I put it in black and white. Boom, that's 50% right there. And then I put AZ Ruction up on somewhere on there. That's 51%. And lately now, hey, I posted tons of videos and they haven't said shit. They monetize my videos in 2 or 3 hours now instead of the 24 hours they usually take. They remonetize. Huh?
You still got to be a little bit careful. I noticed with I think that's what happened with this channel. It was the shorts, AZ. So
play with it. Listen, so what happened is when I actually started being a single dad a couple years ago, that's when I basically made up my mind to just let YouTube go for a little bit, because having to be a father, drive trucks, come home and play with your kid and go to sleep is a totally different thing than I'm having to wake her up, feed her breakfast, get her lunch, wipe her ass, like potty train her, teach her how to talk. Now I'm having to play, you know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, dog. I had some money saved up. I had the little last bread that I made on there was pretty good. And I just told myself, I can't be in this prison mode, mind state, gangster ass feeling and do all that. It was not meshing, dog. So I was like, fuck YouTube. And at that same time, my channel demonetized. And mine was from posting, they said it was violent content, right? They actually deleted my entire channel. Man,
that's what happened to my Ronnie Blue Eyes page too.
Bro, I was tripping. I woke up, looked on my YouTube studio, and my channel was deleted. And I said, "Oh fuck, motherfucker, like gone." So I had to file an appeal. Right. Listen, I filed an appeal, got it back, and it's demonetized. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I already said I'm done with it right now anyway, and just left it like that. And that was so me leaving it like that. I lost a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because even from the residual old videos, I did, but at the same time, I didn't necessarily I wasn't doing bad because of that, right? So I was like, it's cool, you know, I'll just leave it like that. But recently, I just been having more bills. I'm coming into the time where it's the rainy season, we don't work as much. I said, hey, I have this, God or whoever blessed me with this platform, man, I might as well get it back in action. So I've been more active. I have stuff I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? And
that's right.
It's for everybody. But so with that being said, I'm scared as fuck to play with it, because I do know that videos from other platforms is still considered reused content. I know how to do a fair use video, but the shorts pay so little that I don't think I'm willing to gamble on using content from other people. So if I can't create it on a short, I don't think I'm gonna upload it. That's what I told Grub Mud. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lose that anymore, because my kid has gotten older. I feel like I can balance it better in my life now. You know what I mean? And it's just time to get back to it. Why throw away the money and it's helping people at the same time? Why not? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. Salute to that.
I'm positive you're gonna get this one back for this channel though. So if they said it was reused content,
we go live all the time, so that's crazy.
Have y'all ever seen stories written by a current prisoner from California?
Yeah. Yep. He had his channel shut down at one point in time too, right? And then had to rebuild it. Yep.
Yeah. So me and him, this is what we me and him, and shout out to Tony, because I actually helped him get his channel rolling when it started, and he passed me up when I quit. But Tony and me got demonetized at the same time, and we talked about it, and he just deleted everything. He just started over. You know what I mean? He kept his subscribers. And the watch hours still stayed when he deleted the video, because the analytics, I guess, still stayed, but the views disappeared, right? So once he came back out with the exact same content to the exact same subscribers and viewers, it did just as well. Like, it didn't knock him out of the algorithm or anything. And me, I told him, bro, well, I didn't put in too much work on my shit. I really don't want to delete everything. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a while and end up letting it sit. You know what I mean? But I did delete. So I had videos that I did when I first started that had left the algorithm. Like, I had some videos, 80,000 views, 40,000, but within the last 6 months, they had almost no views. I took them, deleted them, and re-uploaded them, right? Which was one of the worst mistakes that I could have done, because YouTube recognized it as a re-upload, and it never hit the algorithm the second time.
Oh,
So it's like I got a video sitting there. Yeah, I got a video sitting with like 800 views, and it's looking bad on my channel. Really, when it originally had like thousands. You know what I mean? So
right. Well, let me ask you this. Not to interrupt you, but what I've been thinking about doing with some of my older videos that didn't do well because I only had 50 or 150 subs, I was going to privatize them and just completely re-record the whole story again.
Right. Now that probably would be the best bet. I ain't gonna lie, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, so that's a good move, I think.
Well, because a lot of my shit was cringe at first because I didn't know that I didn't have to yell at the camera. I thought that you got to yell at the camera to make sure the shit's clear so everybody sees me like, yelling and shit. And I do get like that at times. But for the most part, when I'm telling a story to somebody, I tell it like I'm talking now. And then I have my hyphy points. But I thought that I had to yell into my phone. Little did I know that my Android 22 was still fire at that time, too. So I didn't know, and then I would just be loading them, and then I tried watching them about 2 months ago. I couldn't even sit through most of my videos. I was like,
So you want the good advice with that too? Is I think that sounds like a great idea, but what you said, privating them versus and redoing them versus deleting them, because somebody can, if say I download your video today and you delete it tomorrow, and
it's your content.
It. Yeah, I re-upload it. I own it now, and I can give you a strike if you try to fucking use it.
Yep, that's why I privatize everything. I think actually Jay Williams is the one that told me never delete your videos like that. He said the same thing.
Get the strike or something. Yeah. That's so somebody one time in like Brazil or something re-uploaded a video that I deleted, and there was nothing I could do about it. Then later their whole channel got knocked. Well, the whole channel was just like a re-upload channel, and they ended up getting their strikes, and the shit was gone anyway. But so I learned that lesson right away, that they literally can take your content.
Yeah,
I heard that people were using Jay Williams videos on TikTok making money with them.
Yeah, he said that.
Oh, really?
No, he said that on here.
He said that a long time ago.
Well, he told me that. He told me that.
I don't even remember that.
He told me someone made a whole TikTok with this shit.
You know why I like Jay? I like Jay, man, because listen, I unless I misunderstand the story, Jay pretty much done his channel like I have, all by himself, without off the big platforms.
Self-made,
and as a person, I've talked to Jay a few times, you know what I'm saying? We text each other and shit, and I don't know him well at all, so I can't say much of that. But as a YouTuber, content creator, and all that shit, man, that dude is a beast, man.
Hey, me and Ronnie especially talk to him weekly, and have been for a while. I've been talking to him for over a year now.
He's been supporting the page since we started the podcast. He always shows love, man. Shout out to Jay. Salute
Jay. Yeah, but he always shows love. He always does that, and he always gives, good advice. I can hit him up with something like this and that. And he's the one. I fell into the usual, like, I got tired of people talking shit all the time, right? So then I started trolling people all the time, making troll videos with Pino and Minor Mouse and all kinds of stuff. And from Jump Street, he'd always tell me, like, bro, you got to stop, like, getting in the beef. And then later on, he kind of realized that I probably wasn't going to stop doing it. So he was like, pick and choose who you're going to beef with. Are they going to make you money? If the views don't make you money, what's the point? And I was like, damn, that's facts, though.
Oh, shit, huh? Did you see what Hassan Campbell did today? I think that was today. Yeah, today.
We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, we had Dirty Weather up here earlier talking about it.
You think he got the idea from Jumpsuit Pablo?
That's we brought that up too.
Possibly.
Both of them things up earlier.
One thought that.
I think it might be one of them situations, though.
There's 4 people that we identified this year that have faked their death. Oh, 5. We forgot Domi.
Right.
Remember, Domi did the obituary.
In Texas, if you fake your death for any type of financial gain, that's a felony. I don't know about where they live. So YouTube views can be considered financial gain, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, that's all across the United States. I actually did because I'm a firm believer even right now that, Pac did fake his death. And I made a video where it showed a lawyer and he talked about how if you fake your death for any type of financial gain or to elude a prosecution or evade taxes, it's a felony. But if you just did it right now, just for no reason, like you just want to disappear and go to another country, it's not illegal.
Right. I know. That's crazy. So if Pac is still alive, you think, where would he be, man? Like in Africa somewhere, Asia or something like that?
Nah, because
probably somewhere more
Cuba.
tropical, Costa Rica, Cuba, or something like
Cuba.
Yeah.
somewhere he
Cuba's
can land.
non-extraditable. They're
Right.
non-extraditable. And not only that, but his aunt, she was wanted for murder back in the day, and she was a Black Panther, and that's where
Gotta
she
be somewhere you
allegedly
gotta
went to.
have
Sada Shakur.
You gotta have a small army, yeah.
And not only that, but if you go look at the dude, people argue with me all the time. Yeah, I get it. But, hey, there's a reason why the dude from Jurassic 5 won't show his stomach.
Hey, the only
Hey,
reason
that dude looks just like him.
the only reason that I've heard this my whole life, but the only reason I think that is crazy is that if he was still alive, look at how much more money he could be made already. And it's not human nature to give up all that fortune. So if he's still alive, then he's still making money some other type of way. Still living like a king. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he still has an account, a bank account that gets money deposited every month, even after his mother passed away. He still has an account that gets deposited in money every month.
It's crazy.
And it's the same account that was for his mom when that was getting deposited in.
You think the guy that just got arrested will use any type of line of defense like that and just say, hey, we didn't kill him, he's still alive?
Yeah. Hey, and think about it too though. When you look at it, hey, a lot of stuff with that dude. In interviews, he said how he hates the fame. He said that he would do anything to get rid of it now. And then he said in an interview that if he had to do it, he would probably just grow his dreads and cut up his nose. That's exactly what he said. And if you look at the dude from Jurassic 5, they did these facial recognition things. They match perfectly. Even the same tooth is the same tooth that's crooked from the dude from Jurassic 5 and the dude in Pac. Same tooth crooked, same everything. Everything looks pretty much the same, to be honest. The only thing that's different is the nose. And he said in an interview he would just grow dreads and chop up his nose.
I'm sorry, I don't mean change the comment there in the comments saying R.I.P. DC Irish. I seen him comment on every channel forever. He died.
And he faked his death too. Mm-hmm. And I fucked with that dude, so it kind of fucked me up. I was on a live I was a little drunk, and I kind of started crying a little bit about it, But because I fucked with that dude, not to the length that Fetters did, but enough to where it hurt me. And then I find out that he faked his death. Man, that shit fucked me up more.
You know what I did one time? I thought it was hilarious, and I had a big blowback. I tagged one of my friends I grew up with all my life on Facebook and put RIP to him but it was fuck is that goddamn day where you joking? April Fool's Day. It was April Fool's, and there nobody got the goddamn joke. So I get about 100 fucking messages like, oh, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? I thought it was hilarious. So the fake your own death, that's similar to like faking fucking cancer, faking AIDS, faking I don't know. That's need some attention.
Yeah, that's something that somebody else that we were talking about earlier did, fake cancer.
A lot of things circling back, yeah.
Big Lance. So look, I do watch Big Lance's channel though. I ain't gonna lie. If he uploads something and I'm at work, I drive around all day by myself. I'll watch, and Big Lance is one of them for sure that overshares, and I don't see any type of advantage to oversharing. You know what I mean?
Nah, because then we use it against you.
He uses maybe like therapy. He talks to the camera and everything, but people enjoy seeing you down, man. That's just a real life fact.
Yeah, some people just watch to see people crash out,
Point blank period. Of course they do. Misery loves company, man. You'll have a bunch of miserable ass people rooting for your downfall just so they can watch it. That's what I mean. So if I'm spiraling down, I probably wouldn't even turn on the camera.
Hey, for real. And I'm definitely not going to tell the world about it.
If I got
That's
a
crazy.
drug addiction or something, I'm not even gonna tell my mom about it, bro. I'm not telling
Right.
YouTube.
Exactly. 100%, man.
I mean, and you know, something that people say a lot, bro. Y'all got to remember this too. Is a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just YouTube." Well, shit, man. My boss watches my YouTube.
YouTube be real life
My
sometimes.
family sees YouTube. People all in my city, you know, like you was talking about, Pac don't like the fame. Something I've bad had to get used to is everywhere I go in this part of Texas, fucking people ask me, "Is I'm the guy from YouTube?" And it's weird because I've always been a person that really just kind of quiet. You know what I mean? I don't go up talking to people and shit. So when people are flagging me down but at first, so it was really tripping me out at first. But then I seen every time they flag me down, they're like smiling and happy and glad they're seeing me and shit. You know what I mean? So it wasn't too bad.
It's a good feeling though, you know what I mean? I know it's not super crazy at the moment, but I've had a few people stopping at, you know, like recognize me in a Walgreens or a Circle K and ask to take a picture with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that shit, I'm not gonna lie, that shit feels good.
It was weird to me at first, but yeah, it is. It's so it feels good. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because you're on caution because you don't know like why they're really approaching me.
I know,
you know what I mean?
It's still people getting shot all the time around this bitch, and I don't know. I still live in the same area I've always lived in. Like I don't see my whole story is I tell people, you know, 25-year gang member and all this shit, but that I don't rep that anymore. And it's still tattooed all over me, man. I still live in the same area. I still have the same friends. Like we still do. Nothing's changed other than I come in public and say I don't rep that anymore because it's not a good look. It's silly. You know what I mean? Get your ass put in jail and tell them I got a kid. So there's no telling why somebody might really be coming up to me. You know what I mean? But a lot of people come. That's what I'm saying. They have a smile on their face, like somebody's coming on some bullshit. They're not gonna be like all smiling and shit. And these people come up smiling and happy to see me, and that it's cool. Like I said, it's flattering, man. I like it. But Tupac or somebody like that, it probably is way overwhelming.
But they seen a lot of money. They seen a lot of fame. They might be able to go without it. They might want the opposite. They might just want peace, you know?
No, I wouldn't want it all the time, though. That's what I was gonna say. Like it would be real annoying. And when I have my daughter with me, you know, she's 5 years old. She's always with me, so I'm extra cautious too. You know, but
Eminem made that song, you know, when he said, I can't even take a shit without y'all standing way by in or whatever he said. You know what I mean? He is so to have it all the time would be annoying.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But it also shows you, you know, hey, if nobody ever did that to you and you're doing your thing, you know, you're probably not working. So how do you feel? Like I've seen channels, man, where they've been doing shit for years. Y'all even mentioned one of them name. I don't like mention people's name, but so they've been doing shit for years the exact same way, getting the exact same results, which is almost no views, but they keep going on and keep talking about they're gonna blow up one day. Like you think people ever have a chance of like just creating the exact same content over and over again with nothing happening and just hoping it works?
Insanity. That's the definition of insanity. But
I didn't want to say it, right? Doing the same thing, expecting different results.
But you never know.
I get what you guys are saying too, but we've also seen people who
is key.
We've also seen people who've been making content for 4 years, and then all of a sudden, the 5th year, all of a sudden they blow up out of nowhere.
Facts.
That's why I'm asking. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what. So my biggest video that I have that I just created and everything is probably like 550,000 views. Right? I was looking at the stats on it the other day. When I first uploaded it, for the first 45 days, it got almost no views. And if you look on the YouTube studio, it'll show you like a graph during the lifetime, right? From 45 days out, it went flat. And then on the 45th day, it went straight up. It got within a week, got about 300,000 views in a week. But it was dead.
That's crazy, bro.
I know.
They say we're only one upload away from being viral.
Yeah. So look, I got probably like 2,400 subscribers just off that one video. But I have another video that's even weirder than this. Listen. It stays sitting dead for 360 days and then shot up to like 200,000 views within a couple weeks out of nowhere.
Damn.
Like, see, that's purely the algorithm picking and choosing and doing something weird.
Yes.
You know, so
100%, bro.
Definitely been
so I do
whipping.
believe, yeah, like you said, you can go probably even do the same thing every time and just one of them just get lucky. You know, like
Yep.
in the goddamn
That's all it takes.
It definitely happens with artists, with YouTubers. It happens. If you stay consistent, you still have a chance at least.
Hey, and you being from Texas, man. Hey, shout out to you guys for that Mexican OT. He's killing her right now.
Man, I can't believe how big Mexican OT is blew up, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Overnight, damn near.
Yeah.
But he's been doing music for years too. That's what people don't understand too, is that like when it comes to music, like a lot of people have been doing music for years and then all of a sudden then they blow up.
Shoot.
It's just consistency.
Hey, even Paul Wall, man. Hey, listen, Peso's
Yeah.
doing good too. Yellow Breezy. There's a lot of legends right now.
Man, Yellow Beezy, that fool out of Dallas, yeah, he came out and he took it to a whole nother level. Like he went worldwide, like selling unbelievable amounts. You know what I mean? His videos are like 200 million on YouTube, not Facebook. Yeah, it's that shit shocked me.
Arguably the best BT performance too. My bad. Keep going.
I think when he first came out, I was still in the feds, but when I seen everything that he had done, I was like, man, this dude is going on. And then Mo 3, I don't know if y'all followed all that shit. Them bloggers down here in Texas were going crazy. They were making some money, man, with the Mo 3 situation here.
Hey, there's some of my most favorite artists come out of Texas. Like I used to just sell when I was selling dope, bro. I would have my CD player with the Paul Wall album on it, and I would just play that motherfucker all day, from beginning to end, all day. I didn't have to skip no songs.
The People's Champ.
People's Champ, yes, sir. That's my most favorite album, of course.
Somebody in the comments asked what I think about SPM. They got to go watch the videos I did. I live right here by them, and me and SPM got so many mutual friends and shit. You want to know what's
what is
crazy?
Your stance on it? How do you feel about it?
Oh shit, I don't fuck with no child.
Can you speak on it or no?
Yeah. I just gotta go watch my videos. I definitely don't support them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Man, got a 13-year-old girl pregnant.
That's
enough for me right there.
Hey, it's so funny because in Arizona, like somebody's a tweaker if they're bumping SPM every time.
SPM had a big following here though. You know what I mean? For the rap scene, he was the first one that was Hispanic, but at the same time, black people weren't riding around listening to SPM. He just gave something. Right. So Texas has a high percentage of Hispanic people, right? And it gave them somebody they could listen to and call their own. And that market was every bit as big as the black people listening to the rap. So yeah, he did it. He blew up, And he probably
just passed a crazy law too
next year. Huh?
Y'all just passed a crazy law too. I mean, it's a good law. I get it. But because we all know how Texas is. Hey, you guys were just talking about making yourselves going back to being your own country again.
Man, I wish we could. I seen one time it said if Texas broke off from the United States, we'd be the 13th largest economy in the world. Like, bigger than Germany and France, I think is what it was.
Wow.
So if you take Texas and superimpose it over across Europe, it's most of Europe. So I don't think
that's crazy.
Yeah, that ain't never gonna happen, man. But it could. Texas. I don't know, man. Texas is weird because we have everything though. We really do have cowboys and shit like that where they ride horses and rope cows, and then when in the valley everything is like a little baby Mexico, all the way to Houston and Dallas, where everything.
Hey Texas, man. It's funny that you mentioned that because I was gonna ask earlier, man. What is the culture like when it comes to the prison system out in Texas, as far as the inmate convict, and then also the the guards of the COs? Like, what's that line in the sand look like?
What do you mean line in the sand? Are you confusing me?
So out here in New York State, it's convict against CO. We don't really have racial segregation as far as the inmates go, but we do have the segregation through the COs because most of them are of other or believe, the neo-Nazi kind of ideology or belief
Y'all in New
system.
York, do you have mostly white guards or black guards or what?
All white guards except for Rikers Island. Like everything is, the middle class industry is the prison system. So middle class up here is old farmers that lost their
Right.
industry.
Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying. Well, the real way to answer that is it's so different, man, because being what I just said is that we really do have South Texas. There's probably only a handful of black people, period, that live below south of San Antonio, right? In South San Antonio South is a gigantic area with a lot of people, but it's almost 100% Hispanic. So we have prisons down there in South Texas that are all Hispanic guards. They speak Spanish over the loudspeakers. Instead of calling chow, they call it out in Spanish. Like, it's crazy, right? If you go to the prisons around the Houston area, most all of the guards are going to be black, but we have a lot of Nigerian guards. The crazy thing is Texas prisons recruit some of their employees straight from Nigeria. So they advertise over there. Yeah, they give them a work visa and then give them housing when they come. And the Nigerians are probably the most racist people you ever seen in your life, because the Nigerians from Africa can't stand the black Americans in prison because they feel like they're here in the land of opportunity and they're wasting it by being in prison. And these people have to go back to Nigeria when they're done with their job. You know what I mean? And they would be extremely hard on the black inmates, and the white and Hispanics wouldn't even hear too much right there around the Houston area. Then East Texas is still like some hillbilly type shit where you'll see real country, big Bubba ass prison guards and
Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of situation.
Man, they're like inbred motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of shit. West
I lived
Texas,
in Fort Hood for 4 years.
Fort Hood, right there in Killeen. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Blue, yeah. So you'll
Killeen,
see
Copper Skulls.
That's like a melting pot area. Houston is too. You know, Houston has everything. Like, man, so I don't know what the biggest city is near y'all. I think Ronnie is in Boston. I think, what is Boston like? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
what it is.
Blue Eyes. I'm in Massachusetts, so Boston would be biggest. New England.
Arizona's like the third or fourth biggest city in the United States.
Yeah, Boston is small. Mass is small, but New England in general as a whole is a little bigger.
So the biggest is New York, then it's L.A., Chicago, and then Houston. But Houston also has San Antonio and Dallas that are in the top 10 biggest cities in the country. And so when you
it's so cheap out there right now too.
Do what?
It's so cheap out there to buy a house right now.
Move out there like 50,
the cost of living here is low.
A lot of the rich people too.
We don't have a state income tax, so a lot of the rich people are moving here.
Yep, facts. Like Joe Rogan, he chose Texas over Colorado.
And Joe Rogan, yep.
A lot of people, and then because Joe Rogan and some of these other dudes moved out to Georgia and Texas. Those are the two biggest states right now for stand-up comedy. If you're trying to make it in stand-up comedy, is Georgia and Texas.
And Joe Rogan and 50 Cent were in Connecticut and Massachusetts. That's taxes out here. Massachusetts, you know what I mean? Tax City, New England.
Honestly, I think, and I'm not trying to be funny, I think Texas has such a big variety of different shit that somebody from another place could find an area that they like, depending on what you're looking for.
100%.
You can go to the country and buy your big house with property for cheap, or you can come to the city in Houston and have the nightlife, or Austin, or whatever. You know, Austin, Texas is now it's like taking over from Silicon Valley in California. Tesla moved here, a bunch of other companies are headquartered here, like the tech companies, because of the cheap taxes. So they're making a killing. I have some classmates. Yeah, they went up there and got rich.
I was actually, I would say a little less than a year ago, was looking to move back out to Texas. And man, I was watching so many videos and seeing so many listings of houses. Man, they do custom like ceilings and like with like wood beams that are handmade and all kinds of shit for like $300,000. beautiful houses, smart houses, all kinds of shit.
The prices where I'm at right now went up, but because everywhere did a little bit. But man, if you come here with $300,000, you can get you a beautiful used house, like still nice in the goddamn property with country, in the country with property, like dirt road going to your shit,
that's nice.
Some
that's
animals
nice. That's
out
what
there,
I'm aiming
dog.
for.
Or you can take 300,000, go to a fancier area and might get a small ass new house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Personally, I'm taking the older house on the property.
Yeah, the property is more important.
I think so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Texas. So I don't know if you've seen, but like I did an interview with my mom, and my mom was actually a CO in Texas for 4 years, and then retired in Arizona for 25.
No, I didn't need to see that. I didn't see it.
Yeah, she's cool. She's a cool lady, man.
I didn't answer his actual question though. So now that you said your mom is, I'll tell the truth. I don't think there are some prison guards here in a few places that are extremely strict. I guess they would be dicks, and they will beat your ass half to death here. And recently, they just beat a dude that I covered in a video into a coma. He made a dart, right? He made a little dart, and you take your boxers, the elastic band out of your boxers, and that's the thing for the slingshot. So he took the dart, dipped it in doo-doo, and shot a guard with it. So you already know what's going to happen. Yeah, well, you know what's going to happen to him next. They come in there, 13 of them, I think it was. I'm not sure. Came in there, they beat him into a coma for life, though. You know what I mean? Like, wants to do now, but
yeah, that's how the COs do it in New York State, man. They don't leave no room for misunderstanding.
No, but at the same time, if you're not shooting them with shit like that, and you're not trying to attack them and all that, they're not your enemy, really. The majority of them, if you go to a real serious place, the majority of them know what they're dealing with, where they're at, who the men are. Like they'll let us live down here. You know what I mean? Like basically, the inmates have a thing where you just don't tell them people nothing, and they don't come looking for it. You know what I mean? Like they're not overdoing their job. Now, if you do some dumb shit in front of them, you probably leave them no choice. But nah, it's cool. You get anything you want in there.
And see, my mom said she said that she liked working in Texas more because the guards had more rights. But in Arizona, hey man, people lose their job if we make a bunch of kites on them.
Oh no, well, in Texas they don't
fuck around.
The guards overrule. Like as far as the system goes, there's. Like I'm saying, if you do something to a guard in a Texas prison, you know what's going to happen to you, right? It's not even an if, and, or but. If your mom worked there, I was tripped out, high, crazy, mad at your mom, and I did something, just slapped your mom, man, pushed your mom, even threatened your mom.
Right.
I can basically expect to get my fucking neck broke, man, teeth kicked out, all this type shit. And it's not going to be an if, ands, and buts. It's going to happen. So, that being said, your mom probably enjoyed the fact knowing these dudes ain't fixing to do nothing to her, man. She could be in the worst prison in Texas, walk around there and just be all right because she knows the rank got her back. The other officers going to pay that debt, and inmates ain't too often trying to get their neck broken, teeth kicked in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
definitely.
That's probably what she liked. The other systems, I don't know. Like you said, kiting on people, you can write up a Texas guard all day. Nothing's going to happen. They'll throw that shit in the trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, we can't do that as a wood in Arizona. I'm not allowed to make a kite like that.
No, nobody
can't even complain about it.
But you know what? Listen, this is the deal. So in Texas and in the feds and everywhere else, goddammit, because I've been in all that shit too, motherfuckers drop in kites and they'll write them on a medical form or something.
Right.
I swear. So one of the realest things I ever seen, I was in a jail in a federal detention where the Pisces was. And in order to turn in any type of paperwork, any type of medical request, even a commissary slip, you had to set it on top of the mailbox. And at the end of the day, before they come and picked it up, there was one guy designated in the tank to read everybody's shit. You know what I mean? And man, they would. And I was like, say, this is crazy. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But you know what? when I realized, oh, there's no snitching allowed in here, I like that. I said, oh, that's serious.
So what y'all call it over there? Y'all call it dropping kites?
Yeah.
Or over on the east side, we call it dropping slips.
Yeah, so we got a form in Texas, right, called an I-60 form, and the I-60 form is used for everything. It's used for medical. I need to go to school. I need to find out about my parole. I need to find out about change my visiting list, and motherfuckers will slide shit in on them I-60s. But at the same time, a guard will come back around and tell people who's doing it. So it ain't like it's gonna, you're tripping if you drop one. I've seen people get their ass head busted for dropping them goddamn things after they already sent it off in the mail, because some of the guards are cool. The guards don't like people that tell, because they don't want you telling on them. Even if they know they're not gonna get in trouble, they don't want to look bad. So they prefer being around inmates that are not telling.
See, we have zero of that shit in Arizona. Like when so I was getting I made a video about them. I had a segment back in the day called Lame of the Week, and I made it about one of my cellies where he did a low key PC move to where when the guard came to give us our trays and I grabbed my tray, he hit me in the back of the head with the tray. But even though the CO saw it, he was like, I still got in trouble for it. But I couldn't say that. All he told me, he was like, you'll get out of the ticket and everything. All you have to do is say he hit you. I couldn't do that. The Mexican cats were kind of on that shit. They were like, why can't he say that? They were pressing one of my big homies, and it became kind of an issue because he was like, because he did what he's supposed to do. You got to shut your mouth. We have zero tolerance for that. Doesn't matter what it's for. So to get out of the ticket, all I had to do was say he hit me, but I couldn't. I had to eat that shit on the chin. They took him, put him in PC, because obviously that's why he did it. It was a low-key PC move. Just like if I see somebody from Arizona and they got an 805 ticket, that's a refusing to house. The only time you refuse to house, how we take it in Arizona with the Woods, is you refuse to house because you're trying to PC up. Because then they're going to switch you to a different place. They're going to put you somewhere different.
Hey, I seen some white guys when I was in the shoe, and the feds definitely refused the house though, because they were trying to put them in there. In there, they're not allowed to. If you're a Wood or any type of white gang, you're not allowed to live with a black person or Mexican, right?
Right. Same. Yeah.
So they would have to they would tell the cops, I'm not going in there. Ain't no goddamn way I'm not going in there. Man, do you know the cops will beat their ass and then put them in there anyway?
Yeah, I'll bet.
But if they don't take so after they get the ass whooping, they can stay in there without their homeboys getting mad or anything. But if they go in there without taking the ass whooping, they can't come back to the yard.
Right.
Boy, that's some fucked up shit right here, man. This is the type of shit I try to tell people why they don't want to go to prison. Like, you gotta either take this ass whooping from the guards right now or take one from your homeboys later when you get out the hole. Either way, you're getting your ass whooped.
Hey, one of the things I tell people all the time, hey, if you don't go to prison, because we go to prison because we don't like to follow the rules. That's why we're there. And then we get there, and now we have to follow DOC's rules, and then to an extent, and then you got to follow more rules by your people.
Yep.
See,
so now you're dealing with rules on rules on rules.
This is where a lot of things come into contradiction for me, right?
Lockup 101.
A lot of dudes, like anywhere in the prison system, right? When them police come around, man, and it's like 1% that'll actually buck, but killers, gangsters, gang members, when them police come around, man, they hush their mouth, man, and they look down. So, when all this gang stuff and this prison shit, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really bucking really where they really need to buck, you know what I'm saying? So all that craziness, it's foo-foo to me, bro, because it's not directed in the right place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this energy where it should be to buck in the system, it should be directed at the system. But there's dudes that's killers, and they'll put their head down when the police come.
Man, you know what I can say about that is I don't disagree. But so when you're inside the institutions, you're more concerned about a day-to-day situation that's going, and probably also worried about smoking some cigarettes and goddamn getting high too, and who might try to kill you or who's gonna get their ass whooped, or you know, is this fucking cop fixing to come catch me? Because standing up or get so if you kill a prison guard in Texas, try to send a statement, you'll probably be executed within the next 5 or 6 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a your life is over type of thing after they break off bones in your body. So we have had some things go down and shit, but so if you refuse to work, if they just did a hunger strike in Texas, if you refuse to work, you do the hunger strike, nobody cares. This is such a conservative state that's hard on crime. That they were literally on the news saying, "Fuck it, let them starve." You know what I mean? There was no we need to get these guys some help. You know, it's just not. So that's not the atmosphere. And then two, these guys are so beat down and whooped down. From in our state here, you still doing physical slave labor, like in the fields.
Right. Don't you guys break rocks? Don't you guys break rocks with fucking sledgehammers and shit?
It's not breaking rocks, but you're gonna be in the field farming, like you're tilling the land and shit by hand. You're cutting the fucking trees by hand. You're doing like it's useless labor for no reason type shit is why they still do it, and you don't get paid for it. So they work the shit out of you, so you're tired. They flood the prisons with drugs to confuse you, and you really just have no win. So I understand what he's saying, and I agree with him, but I also understand why there's not people in there just burning down prisons every day and all this type of shit. You know what I mean? Because they just have, I don't know, they just have so much other shit going on that they're focused on. They're just worried about surviving the day, I guess. You know what I mean? So
yeah, the system is diabolical, man. They got a move for a move, man.
You know what they were doing during the food strike? The guys that organized it, man, they're shaking their cells down every fucking day. They would take them out. So they would take them out and weigh them for a few days in a row with no shackles on, then weigh them the third or fourth day and say they gained weight. The food strike's over. You know what I mean? Like they had all kind of dirty ass crazy tricks going on, man. They can't stand it. You know, I don't know. This shit it's a good old boy system. Y'all know what that means, right? Like the real hillbilly country ass good old boy system. Yeah, so it's real.
That's how North Florida is for us. I'm sure you heard probably 1090J talk about it where he was locked up at, but
yeah. Jake came out with some good, good content, good fire ass stories at first. He really did. 1090 Jake stopped fucking with me because in one of my lives, it was me and a couple of my homeboys. Now, my homeboy in the live with me, I think, had been to prison 5 times already. He was like 40 years old. The other guy had been served over 18 years and in youth prisons and shit. And I've been 3 goddamn times. And I was just talking, right? I didn't mean shit by it. I actually sent them a shout out and then kind of dissed them at the same time on accident. So I said, I was telling them about 1090. Somebody mentioned them in the comments, and neither one of my friends ever heard of him. So I said, yeah, but he's young and he's only been to prison 1 time. They need to stay tuned to our channel because we can tell a little bit better stories, right? And that's all I said. Didn't diss him, but he took it like that. And 1090 got all offended, man. He came on one of his videos talking about me and shit. Told everybody I was begging for mad interviews and all this crazy shit that wasn't true. I said, man, this dude is something else. So ever since then, that's why I take little jabs at Jake and shit. He's sensitive. You know, once you know somebody's sensitive, that's another reason why you don't respond back to these trolls, because once they know you're sensitive, they'll keep pushing on you. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
That's the situation why I made all them little funny things about Jake. I mean, it ain't no big deal. We ain't beefing, but shit, he's the man right now. You know
me and Jake had our differences in the beginning, and then he just got really rich and he just doesn't care anymore. I think you guys are squashed too. Honestly, I'll reach out.
I'm just done fucking with anybody because of YouTube. You know what I mean, bro? Like, I just like we talked about earlier. Congratulations to you, but shit, no, this YouTube can be ripped away from people so fucking quick. Like it can just be deleted overnight. Like what happened to mine already. You know what I mean? You might win that appeal, you might not. So what's more important in my life is keeping my commercial driver's license, staying the fuck out of prison, raising my kid. You know what I mean? YouTube. it does what it does. You know what I mean? But if it stops doing what I was gonna say earlier when I said about uploading shit over and over again, it's not working. So if mine ever just totally fizzles out and just stops working, stops growing, I'm done. You won't see me like making fake content, doing like Hassan Campbell, faking getting shot, faking illnesses and shit. I'll just be done. You know what I mean? Just keep working.
Now I got a quick question. I know a lot of people have been saying that that's fake and it's staged and it's a stunt or whatever. But from what I'm seeing on TikTok, man, it's not looking like it's something that's staged.
What, Hassan?
Yeah.
You never know.
That they were saying it on the video I watched, and he had a bunch of views.
Boy, cry wolf type shit.
It was supposed to be a live stream, right? And during the live stream, there's a jump cut edit to where he just goes from outside into his car talking about he shot. And
I think that was YouTube.
That's what Dirty Weather was up here saying.
What?
Yeah. No,
hey, my bad, fellas. I'm gonna hop off right now.
Yeah, I just want to
come up, say what's up, man.
I know if you're going live and you lose the signal and you get the signal back, it'll start back though. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody gotta go to that area and see if you get a good
It's crazy. You question everything nowadays because people, you can't go by their words. So it's like it could be it's like a 50-50.
Yeah, and if you understand this editing, man, you definitely look for a lot of flaws of what could not be sketchy, man. It's stupid sketchy.
Yeah, look what he said in the comments. After Prison Show went from over 1 million subs to nothing on YouTube now. What, he's not there no more?
It's just not the same. He don't get. I haven't heard from him either. Like, there's no impact. You need impact too. Like Pino and 1090 Jake, that moment they had, that was impactful.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it really was. They when that shit that Pino did, I still ask myself, was that staged, man? Because if not, he really drove from Florida to fucking Boston, man. That was like the epic moment of the internet right there. You know what I mean? That's like legendary. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, no, it was real. He had to ditch the brass knuckles. The brass knuckles is a real thing. I don't even think we have to say allegedly no more because he just plain out admits it now.
Yeah, he admitted it, right.
Yeah, so I mean, and then there was also rumors of someone else having another water bottle in the car. You know.
Well, you know why I didn't think the brass knuckles was gonna be real? Because I don't know if y'all have ever seen a human being that got hit with brass knuckles, like a good hit. But you're gonna probably need. Yeah. Normally, you would need plastic surgery, stitches, and all kind of shit. And 1090 just had a little scratch on his head. Like, how the hell do you get hit with brass knuckles and you're not fucked up? You know what I mean?
And no disrespect to Pino, but I just don't think he hits hard.
Man, he can't.
Them brass knuckles, man, they do damage, man.
If I hit somebody with brass knuckles, they're probably gonna die, man. Like, for real.
Yeah, you look like a scrappy dude. Like,
yeah, they do damage.
I mean, I wouldn't play. I'm 6 foot, 220. You know what I mean, and work out and shit. But if I was smaller than that and I hit somebody hard, you're still gonna die. That's a goddamn real live weapon, man. That's like hitting somebody with a lead pipe. You know what I mean? Probably just harder. So that's why I didn't think it was real. But they stuck to the story. They say it is, and it shit blew 1090 up. You know what I mean? That's what did it.
Yeah, I think that was a stunt, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of do too. I still do. So I don't know how much of this shit on the internet is real.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And then like Savage Studios, what's your opinion on him and the death around him? Because it's been a year now, and he still has a buzz.
Has anybody got that guy's like indictment or anything and read the paperwork or what they're accused, like what the motive was of this murder? Because I know the speculation was from his video he did and all that, but does anybody like actually verify this? If not, it'd be a great content video.
It would. I never even thought about it. I thought it was just all like out and open, but yeah.
No, it's never. That shit's all rumors. So right. Savage was a foul motherfucker from top to bottom, right? And just because somebody killed him, don't think it was just because YouTube. You can guarantee he was foul from all the way from being a snitch and a dropout of his gang and telling on his people to doing that weird ass shit, sniffing panties in Walmart or something, doing crazy shit to his woman that he had. You remember Was you paying attention to this shit and seeing his first channel and what happened to it?
No. So I learned after the fact, but I heard it did get took down, right?
No, hell no, it was still up. Listen, his channel was struggling, bro, and he did this his first channel after. So his whole story was, that's how long I've been paying attention. Remember Prison Break Raw, the white guy JD? You ever heard of that?
I don't know who that is.
Prison Break Raw was blowing up, dog. I mean, he was doing real good. He got to about 25,000 subscribers real quick, and he just stopped. So he came on Lockdown 23-1. And me and this guy I'm telling you about have a mutual cellmate one time in the feds. We were never cellmates, but a guy that I lived with had once lived with him in a different prison. But anyway, so he goes on Lockdown 23-1, and his story was he's a white Sudaño from California that did Cali time and Fed time as being in a Mexican gang. Death does the entire interview with him. And I think the very next interview, Savage comes on saying he's a Sudaño. He's got them face tattoos and everything. And what struck me and told me, oh man, that Death dude ain't legit, because he had just did an entire interview with a white Sudaño. And when Savage comes on, he starts laughing and he and his shit and ask him, man, have you ever heard of a white Sudaño before? Like right after he interviewed one, you know what I mean? And Savage kind of cracked the joke, kind of like laughed and said, shit, there's a bunch of them. And Death's face gets like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, I guess he wasn't lying. That was an awkward moment, but I noticed that. So that's what made me pay attention to Savage. Well, come to find out, Savage lied. He wasn't a Sudaño. He was in that Dropout gang, the 2-5s, and he was misrepresenting himself and all that. So Death come back and made a video about Savage, bro, and saying that he had to take his interview down. He lied to him, blah, blah, blah. And all that did was promote the dude even harder, right? So his first channel started going up, but then it kind of fizzled. Well, he did a video on, I think, Jamie Ozuna, the guy that ate his cellmate out there in California. He literally ate him. And there's an app on your phone called Newsbreak. Newsbreak puts stories in there, local stories. It's a free app that just brings news to you. Well, they included one of Savage's videos in their Newsbreak app. So his video hit like 1.2 million overnight because everybody in their goddamn app pulled it up. Right, it's an interesting story. They watched him. Well, then he had the scandal where he was following the girl in Walmart, smelling the panties and all that. Come to find out, his whole channel, YouTube, Google account, everything was linked to a cell phone that his girlfriend's parents were paying for. Dang. So they cut the shit off. His channel was still on, but he had no access to it because he had 2-factor authentication. He couldn't sign in no more. Yeah, so he lost a channel that was up to like 130,000 subscribers. He started taking his tattoos off his face, trying to do YouTube again, got no traction. So he started re-tattooing his goddamn face and doing some other crazy shit. Dude was like, I guess you're not going to find too many men, not just him, probably me and everybody. There's very few men that's been to prison multiple times that ain't some type of crazy. You feel me? Like normal people don't find themselves in prison over and over again in their life. Like you either was dealing with something or you're still fucking crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain that without making myself look bad, but you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, facts.
Like there's something.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know all this about this. This is crazy.
Yeah, so he came back. He was all miserable and shit. He was broke up with his chick. He had a pretty chick, you know what I'm saying? Like they were a
Brittany.
Hot internet couple. Yeah, Brittany. So they had a hot internet couple going. They had a chance of going big. He just couldn't act right. And he came on drunk that night and literally said, fuck the Mexican mafia. Like,
and
then he said it slow. He said, fuck la M. And then I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? In California, that's major, right? And so he sobered up the next day, took that video down, came back and did an apology video. But man, you can't apologize after you already disrespected somebody. The damage is done. You know what I mean? So that's why everybody is speculating that's why he got killed. But what I'm telling you is a foul motherfucker like that probably was having 100 people wanting to do something to him.
Right. You never know what he got going on.
Yeah, got a lot going on. He was at a tattoo shop. He could have got killed over some drugs. He could have got killed over that video. He could have got killed over fucking with somebody's chick. But shit, if y'all get that scoop and somebody freedom, Google the person's name that killed him. You know, I'm sure it's available. Get the freedom of information like Jake would. Y'all might get some big ass views doing that. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. No,
Hate to
that's
get a
crazy
giveaway.
though.
You know what I mean? It was a story.
And TikTok too. He blew up on TikTok as well.
Right. So when he lost his YouTube channel, he got on TikTok. And man, when I started my TikTok, I had 45,000 followers and 3.5 million views in my first 5 weeks. And they kept giving me these weird ass warnings, like bogus warnings, and then ended up deleting my shit, man. I said, that's fucking crazy. It just took off. And the only thing I did on TikTok that was doing it was I took some of my old videos and I just re-uploaded them on TikTok and they were blowing up. But it was so sensitive. I said, man, fuck TikTok. They just literally banned me for nothing. I haven't really gave it much try again. No.
Yeah, they are.
And then so the dropout channels, you think, because when I made the list, a lot of people were like Flacco and I don't even know if Rojo's one, but like Gunner and all these dudes, they were like telling me they need to be higher on the list, but should they have their own separate list?
Right.
I don't know. You know what? So I just did a video. Excuse me. I did a video the other day responding back to some shit Rojo said about Texas, right? And about a gang in Texas that my cousin is one, hell, my neighbor is one, like all friends are. So I felt who better to respond. And I felt bad about that kind of because me and Rojo, since he jumped out, have been cool. He used to live in Houston. Like, man, there was like 1 or 2 people that we had mutual in between us. You know what I mean? Good dude. But the thing about it is, if you're, I don't know, man, that's a hard question. I don't want to piss nobody off or diss people, but so the dropout thing, how that would really work true enough in prison is if you're white or you're black or you're Norteño, right? Somebody that's dropping out of the South Mexican mafia shit wouldn't offend you. Like you wouldn't be your enemy now because he just quit being the Mexican mafia or vice versa. If somebody in a prison told the Bloods, hey, I don't want to be a Blood no more. I'm done. And face whatever it comes with it. I don't want to be a Crip no more. He's gonna face some repercussions from that. But if he's a fucking man and he faces his repercussions from that, then he ain't an enemy to everybody else because they don't give no fuck what happened with them things. So for everybody in the world to be worried about people that dropped out of gangs that they didn't belong to is probably some YouTube shit, if you want to know the truth, right? Because that wouldn't happen in prison. Now, but the thing about the dropout situation that people can't fuck with is I know here in Texas, if they do it, dropping out includes telling on every goddamn buddy. Like they won't move you here. You're not going to be considered unactive in that gang by the people. Like, nothing unless you fully debrief and cooperate. So if people actually truly fully debriefed and cooperated and still come on YouTube and admit it, that's crazy to me. Like I would never do that. You know what I mean? For one, I wouldn't do it, but this is a different time. Look, 6ix9ine told on everybody.
Yeah, there's a genre for everything, bro.
It is crazy.
So if a man did all that shit, what's next? And so I don't want to even lake that on them. So what if we had somebody just come out with a child molester YouTube channel, or somebody comes out with I Rape Chicks YouTube channel? You know what I'm saying? And blows up, and people support them. That person is going to be hated, right? Like everybody's going to say, I hate this person because he has this channel, but that person still.
Well, there's a lot of channels like that in our face right now, and nobody's saying nothing.
Minor Mouse.
Yeah, shit like that. So them people, it's a different day and age to where them people used to be shamed. They would be like thrown, cast away, I guess you would say. And now people are embracing them. So I don't know, but everybody don't have to embrace it. So I've always looked at them dropout channels more or less as shit. If he's brave enough to come out and admit what the fuck he did and everything else, then more power to him, I guess. But it's not my story and nothing that I don't know, man. So if I was a real dropout and shit like that, I just wouldn't be on YouTube. I'd be living my motherfucking life and minding my business, I guess. But these guys have chose to do it. But here goes my other thing, my point, and I got long-winded. I'm sorry. So if you're really doing YouTube to show people it's not the life they want, like I always say, and trying to give them examples and reasons to stay the fuck out, in California out there, the active people can't do it. They have rules where they cannot participate in that shit. So it has to be the dropouts doing it. Everybody on stories written by a current prisoner are dropouts. A lot of the popular YouTubes, dropouts. And if that's what it takes to show the kids, then fuck it, I'm with it, I guess. Like, hey, what made me even go move my daughter and tap in earlier, y'all were talking about somebody calling 911 if you see a kid getting kidnapped. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Want to hear the story? There was a cat right here from our neighborhood that he's a major cat. He had a liquor store that he owned. Some people were driving by, just civilians, just citizens, seen him getting shoved in the trunk of somebody's car, and they was driving off with him. He was already shot and bleeding in the fucking trunk of the car. Had them people, random ass civilians, not called the cops, he'd be dead right now. Are them civilian snitches or are they heroes? It depends on the perspective. So shit, they're snitches to the criminals. They're heroes to this man's family.
It goes back to the code too, because I know everyone's code's different and every organization is different, but wouldn't getting one up on your enemy, wouldn't it be doing anything by all means? And even snitching is involved with that. Wouldn't they do that if it's not gonna have any repercussions to? Like, I don't understand. Like,
they do. Let's be realistic though. Let's be realistic. They do that to you in the game and in the streets, bro. They do. Every local police department has goddamn informants that are working for them right now. You better believe it. Paid
on the payroll.
People that are, payroll dope fiends, dog. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? Or they bust somebody driving down the street and get the information on the side of the road, take the dope and let them go. You know what I mean? Like, so you better believe there's nothing real. I didn't realize it until I went to federal prison. How many? I was at Beaumont Medium, which is like a medium high, where everybody checked paperwork, and the fact that I seen so many men that couldn't stay because their paperwork was fucked up, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, so this many people are out here cooperating and telling, like, it's unbelievable once you actually see it with your own eyes. You know what I mean? And it's just what you said about King Shine and them. Look at that. It's possible that his brother is just dumb. Not necessarily just a snitch. Them people probably put that pressure on him and everything. If you get arrested, everybody listen to this. If you get arrested, the first goddamn thing they tell you is anything you say can and will be used against you. And they mean it. Like, you have the right to remain silent. All you have to do, you ever watch the first 48? Every one of them episodes could have been cut short in the first 30 seconds if they would just ask for a lawyer. There's been no view.
Yeah.
So Texas, you know what intrigued me about your channel and the fact about Texas, the laws and everything. There was a bike club out there. I think they all got arrested. 2 bike clubs had a little clash. I think like 9 people died and a lot more people got injured. But because of all these bikers, man, they all kept their mouth shut. They all walked.
Exactly. That was the so the Banditos, they're the number 2 motorcycle gang in the country, was second biggest behind the Hells Angels. They started right here in Galveston County. Man, them guys right now would be like 80, 90 years old. That's how long they've been running their organization with that code. But even them have had 1 or 2 people that go and cooperate and tell, you know what I mean? Like, it's not foolproof. But them guys, they're everywhere around here. We just had that big bike rally, and you won't hear shit bad about them. Yeah, but you know what? They do not fuck with anybody who's not them. You know what I mean? Like, the average citizen or whatever will never know these guys.
Yeah, now their vetting is serious.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they're not a nuisance to society. They're not out making people their victims. They're not out doing crazy shit to the innocent people. You know what I mean?
Nah, it stays in the culture of their culture.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. If you get in their culture and maybe do some crazy shit, you might have a problem or something. But
just like the mob shit, the motorcycle, they pretty much keep it to each other.
Yeah, exactly. And when the guys from the motorcycle gangs go inside a Texas prison, they, for the most part, now we have a lot of Hispanic ones, but the white guys will just, they won't join any gang or anything. They're just a straight wood. They rep their fucking club, you know, and everybody's cool with it. Like, the motherfuckers are pretty hardcore, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I heard Canada has the most hardcore bikers ever. I don't know if that's true or not, but I seen a whole TV show about that the other day. Y'all ever heard of them Canadian bikers?
Yeah, I seen the whole thing on them. I wouldn't say they're more than the America or the originals, but they're definitely out there getting it in.
Was like having a whole war where they killed a whole bunch of them, huh? Y'all got bikers up there in Massachusetts? I guess so, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of Hells Angels and Outlaws and Devils Aside, all kinds
Florida,
of shit.
we got the old guys, man. We just got bike clubs. We don't got like what y'all be seeing, like actual game. We probably do, but I don't know. I just see a bunch of old dudes like wild hogs.
Well, the guys here, I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. It's not like you would think, or you watch on like Gangland and shit, that they're organized in their club, and they won't say a gang. They'll always say a club. They'll be mad if you say a gang. So we'll call them a bike club.
Yeah.
But they're businessmen, man. They got money. Like, there's not
Same thing
not
out
broke.
here. They all got auto shops and mechanics, and they're doing bike shops. And
because what good is your club gonna do anybody if everybody's broke and nobody in the club is a lawyer? Nobody in the club is probably even the damn cop, believe it or not. Many of them fools probably have cops in their shit that are down with the program. I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I mean? Not undercovers, but actual, that shit reaches far, man. So the Hells Angels is all West Coast. I think Mongols, Texas has always been almost all banditos. And then Pagans. Y'all got the Pagans up there running?
Yeah, there's Pagans. They side with some Devil Disciples, a few other. They side with the Outlaws against the Hells Angels and a few other ones that back them, but they're all up here.
And the Outlaws had some problems with the Banditos here in Texas, which shocked me because I'm not really up on that culture or anything like that. But just growing up around here,
it's more mobs. Like, you got Irish, Italian, this and that. But there's a lot of there's a lot of clubs as well. Like especially around the inner city and Lynn and shit like that.
Yeah, we had a pagan president out here in the Bronx that just got killed a few years back from Hell's Angel incident. They was warring and stuff. They had a lot going on, man. They was out here wilding.
Yeah, because I was living in East Boston. The mobster died, and they had a big ass wake. There was Irish, Italians. There was Hells Angels from Massachusetts, New Hampshire. It was crazy. They had the streets blocked off. You couldn't even get up.
When I was growing up, and I think it's still like that, there would be no Hells Angels anywhere there are Banditos, and there'd be no Banditos anywhere there's Hells Angels. I don't know if they had some type of agreement or whatever, but you would never hear about them fighting them because they were never in the same place. You know what I mean? There's no chapters in Texas. There's not even one Hells Angels chapter in Texas.
That's crazy.
But I don't think there's one Banditos chapter in California either. There's a lot of Chicago gangs and shit down here, like Gangster Disciples, Latin Kings, stuff like that. But
yeah. So you got even Crip Mac at one point was repping a Texas gang.
Yeah, Crip Mac, man, what y'all think about Crip Mac?
He shouted us out. I mean, he's a character.
Yeah, for sure, his character.
I just believe he's a product of his environment, and he's a good example of what can take place if the youth are neglected.
Yeah, Crip Mac is maybe borderline genius like Charles Mack, man. Charleston White. I'm getting tired, y'all. Like, is that a character he's playing the whole time, C-Mac, or is that really him?
Nah, I think
that's really
one of the smartest dumb motherfuckers. Yeah, if anything.
If it's a character, he's a genius. If that's really him, then yeah, he might need some help.
Definitely.
Y'all seen the fuck was that Swamp Stories about him?
Allegedly supposed to be a father, so we'll see. I guess.
Yeah, Swamp Stories is almost like a stamp. If you get hit with one of them, it's like you got exposed.
Man, see, I think I might be one of the only YouTubers I know that'll fuck with 1090 in them because I've literally never told on nobody. So I don't have any child cases, no sexual cases. I don't know what else they could expose about me. I'm really actually living a boring ass life. You know what I mean? I just work and take care of my goddamn kids. So that would be for Crip Mac. That Swamp Stories was a blow, man, because it told me some shit. I couldn't believe it.
How's Texas on paperwork? Are they real strict like California, or is it more like the East Coast?
I think it's more like the East Coast. The thing,
I think it's down south because the East Coast is strict on paperwork. It's the down south that's not.
Oh yeah, the down south. My bad, Ronnie. My bad.
Nah, I'm just.
I mean, what the thing about it, like if you're in the way the guys avoid that, bro, is if you're fucked up, if you got some kind of bad case and you told on people and all that, you're gonna come into prison and not try to join anything, not try to talk to people, try to be by your shit, you know what I mean? Like not get in the mix and like literally hope that you can just slide through and stay the fuck out the way. And you probably can, you know, but and when people start to notice and shit, then guess what? That's when your commissaries start coming up missing in your shit. That's when you're not gonna have no shoes no more, you know what I mean? You're gonna get your ass slapped around and all that. But like if you're in some type of gang organization clique or something like that and you're exposed to something like that, man, your life is in danger. You know what I mean? Like you're probably gonna get it. But if you're not repping nobody affiliated with nothing, shit, sit your ass down and shut up. Pretty much that's how it goes.
Big facts. Hey, yo, I'm gonna sign off, fellas. Much respect, chopping it up. Yo, this phone's about to die. I don't want it to go out.
Yeah, you're good, bro. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm tired.
Yeah, have a good night, man.
Hey, yo, salute, Texas. Salute, plug. You already know, brother. I'll talk to you soon. It was a pleasure, fellas. Salute. Your boy Blue
As always, man. Yo, Texas, man. It was nice meeting you, man. It was definitely a good chat. You're very informative, man. And
I appreciate it.
You have a very good way of speaking. You have a very good way of speaking and holding the attention, man. So yeah, man.